You think you know who is dating who, and you think you know who is related to who. But you are wrong. Dead wrong. Right now, Molly is caught in the middle of a dangerous game, and she doesn't even realize the explosion she is about to trigger. She has been keeping a massive secret, a secret romance. And the fallout from this hidden relationship is going to bring people back to town, send people to the hospital, and potentially put someone behind bars for a very long time. Here is where things get messy. Molly has been spending a lot of time at General Hospital lately. She has been going in for frequent health checkups since she returned to town. But these visits are not just about checking her vitals anymore. Enter Tristan Roberts, the new, handsome, mysterious doctor who has been assigned to monitor Molly's health. At first, it was strictly professional, just a doctor and a patient. But you guys know how this works in Port Charles. The sterile exam rooms quickly turned into a place of intense chemistry. Tristan is attentive. He is charming. He listens to Molly in a way that makes her feel completely seen. And before anyone could blink, these routine medical checkups turned into secret dates. They are falling for each other. Hard, but Molly is terrified to make it public. Why is she terrified? Because of Cody. Guys, this is where it gets interesting. Molly is standing right on the dangerous edge between her past and her present. Cody is her ex-boyfriend, but if you ask me, those feelings are far from dead. Cody still holds a massive torch for Molly. He still looks at her like she is the only woman in the room. Molly knows this. She knows that moving on with a hotshot doctor like Tristan is going to crush Cody. So she keeps it quiet. She lives a double life, smiling at Cody in the morning and sneaking kisses with Tristan in the hospital break room in the afternoon. It is a ticking time bomb, and you better believe the timer's about to hit 0. And then everything spiraled. Cody is not stupid. He might play the fool sometimes, but he pays attention to the people he cares about. He starts noticing the signs. Molly is distracted. She is always checking her phone. She smiles at text messages she refuses to explain. She spends way too much time at the hospital for someone who is supposedly healthy. Cody feels it in his gut. Something is wrong. Someone else is in the picture. He decides he cannot just sit around and wait for the truth to come to him. He is going to find the truth himself. He heads to General Hospital. He wants to surprise Molly. He wants to catch her off guard and see what is really going on behind those closed doors. What happened next may be even worse. Cody walks down the sterile white hallways of the hospital. He doesn't announce himself. He doesn't knock. He just pushes open the door to the examination room. And boom, the dominoes start falling. He sees them. Tristan and Molly. They are not talking about blood pressure or lab results. They are wrapped up in each other. It is an undeniable, intimate, romantic moment. Cody freezes. His entire world shatters in a fraction of a second. The woman he still loves is in the arms of another man. And not just any man. A smug, polished doctor who seems to have everything Cody doesn't. The betrayal hits Cody like a freight train. He doesn't think. He just reacts. Cody sees red. The anger boils over instantly. He doesn't ask for an explanation. He doesn't wait for Molly to make an excuse. He lunges across the room. He attacks Tristan. It is absolute chaos. Medical trays go flying. Glass shatters on the floor. Molly is screaming for them to stop, but Cody cannot hear her over the sound of his own fury. He throws punches. He wants to destroy the man who took Molly away from him. Tristan fights back, but he is a doctor, not a brawler. Cody gets the upper hand. He beats Tristan down. It is a brutal, ugly, violent scene right in the middle of a place of healing. Security guards finally rush in. They have to physically drag a screaming, thrashing Cody off of the bleeding doctor. But wait, it gets worse. Tristan is furious. His face is bruised, his lip is busted, and his pride is completely shattered. He is a respected medical professional, and he was just assaulted in his own hospital. Tristan looks at Cody with pure hatred. He doesn't want an apology. He wants vengeance. Tristan immediately demands that security call the police. He wants to press full criminal charges. Assault and battery. He wants Cody locked up in Pentonville, and he wants to throw away the key. Cody realizes too late what he has just done. His temper has just cost him his freedom. The police arrive. They put Cody in handcuffs. The reality sets in. Cody is going to jail. This could be the end of Cody's life as he knows it. Tristan is not backing down. He uses all his influence at the hospital to make sure the police take this as seriously as possible. Molly is crying, begging Tristan to drop the charges, but Tristan refuses. He looks at Molly and tells her that Cody is a violent criminal who belongs behind bars. The situation is completely out of control. The news spreads through Port Charles like wildfire. Everyone is talking about the hospital brawl. Everyone is talking about the love triangle. And everyone knows that Cody is facing serious prison time. He needs a miracle. He needs someone to step in and stop this runaway train before it ruins his life forever. Here is the massive twist nobody saw coming. The news of this violent clash reaches the one person who can actually stop it. Maxie. Maxie hears about Cody's arrest. She hears about the doctor he assaulted. She hears the name Tristan Roberts, and Maxie goes pale. She knows a secret that has been buried deep. She immediately picks up the phone and makes a frantic call. She calls Mac. Mac has been out of town, but the second Maxie tells him what is happening, everything changes. Mac drops whatever he is doing. He books the next flight back to Port Charles. He tells Maxie he is coming home right now, and he is bringing her with him. They have to stop this. They have to stop Cody and Tristan from destroying each other. Mac and Maxie arrive in Port Charles like a hurricane. They don't even stop to unpack. They head straight to the police station. Mac uses all of his old police chief authority to halt the processing. He demands to see Cody. He demands to see Tristan. He forces the police to pause the investigation. Everyone is confused. Why is Mac so invested in this? Why did he rush back to town just because Cody got into a fist fight with a random doctor? Molly is standing there, completely bewildered. Cody is sitting in handcuffs, looking at Mac like he is crazy. Tristan is demanding to know why this man is interfering with his assault case. The tension in the room is suffocating. You could hear a pin drop. Guys, this is the moment that changes Port Charles history. Mac looks at Cody, then he looks at Tristan. The pain in Mac's eyes is real. He takes a deep breath. He knows there is no more hiding. He has to drop the ultimate bombshell to save them from this legal nightmare. Mac looks Tristan dead in the eye and tells him to drop the charges. Tristan laughs. He says, absolutely not. He says, Cody is a thug. And that is when Mac screams it. He is your brother! The entire room freezes. Nobody breathes. Tristan steps back, shaking his head. Cody looks up, his jaw hitting the floor. Molly covers her mouth in pure shock. And then Mac confesses everything. He turns to Maxie, who is standing right beside him for support. Mac admits that years ago, he had another son. A son he kept hidden. A son he never talked about. Tristan is that son. Mac is Tristan's biological father, which means Cody and Tristan are not just romantic rivals. They are blood. They are half-brothers. The sheer magnitude of this revelation hits the room like an earthquake. Cody just beat his own brother to a pulp. Tristan is trying to send his own brother to a maximum security prison. And they are both fighting over the exact same woman. It is twisted. It is dark. It is the most insane family reunion you could ever imagine. If you ask me, this is where the real drama begins. Mac is pleading with them. He tells Tristan that he cannot put his own flesh and blood behind bars. He tells Cody that he has to control his rage. Mac wants peace. He begs his two sons to sit down, drop the legal threats, and figure this out as a family. He wants them to solve this conflict without the police, without the violence, and without tearing each other apart. But you can see the conflict in Tristan's eyes. He is a proud man. He was humiliated. Can he really just forgive Cody just because they share the same DNA? And Cody is reeling. He just found out his father has another secret kid, and that kid is sleeping with the woman he loved. This is a psychological nightmare. But that's not even the biggest problem. While Mac is trying to put out the fire between his two warring sons, Maxie has a completely different crisis to handle. Felicia does not know about Tristan. She has absolutely no idea that Mac has another secret son walking around Port Charles. Maxie knows that if Felicia hears this news from the wrong person or in the wrong way, it will destroy her. Felicia might assume that Mac cheated on her recently. She might think their entire marriage is a lie. Maxie takes a deep breath. She steps up to the plate. She tells Mac to handle the boys, and she will handle her mother. Maxie is going to take the bullet for Mac and explain the unexplainable to Felicia. Maxie rushes to find Felicia. She has to sit her mother down and break the news gently. She has to explain the timeline perfectly. She has to make Felicia understand that Tristan was conceived a long, long time ago. Before Mac and Felicia were truly solid, or during a time when they were apart, Maxie has to protect Mac's marriage while simultaneously dropping a nuclear bomb on it. Felicia is going to be stunned. Will she feel betrayed? Will she feel like Mac has been lying to her by omission for years? Maxie is sweating. She is trying to use all her diplomatic skills to keep her mother from walking out on Mac forever. The stakes are incredibly high. One wrong word, and Mac loses his wife on the exact same day he reveals his secret son. And that leaves us with so many terrifying questions. What is Molly going to do now? She is standing right between two brothers who hate each other. Will she choose the doctor, or will she go back to the bad boy? Will Tristan actually drop the charges, or will his bruised ego force him to send his new brother to jail? And what happens when Felicia finally confronts Mac about his hidden past? The dominoes are still falling, guys. The explosion is not over. A secret is out, but the damage is just beginning. Someone is going to get hurt. Someone's heart is going to be broken. And a family might just collapse before it even has a chance to form. You cannot miss what happens next.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.